Hello everyone, this is Stephanie, Social Media Coordinator for YLTSIG IATEFL. I'm here today with Silvana Accardo, who comes from Argentina. Hi Silvana, how are you?
Hi there, fine, thank you.
Where are you from in Argentina?
I'm from Buenos Aires. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Great. And tell us about your teaching. Who do you teach and what do you do?
Well, I teach English at 2 schools. I've been teaching for 50 years now. And well, I work at a school that it's a cooperative. It's a school that teachers are the owners of the school and we manage it. And then I work at another school where I teach and I coordinate the level. So I have 12 teachers in charge, primary teachers. So I help them with their work. I'm the connection between the teachers, the families, and also all the heads at school.
That sounds really great. So you have 2 roles. You teach primary, primary level, and you're a coordinator. So let's talk about the teaching side for the time being. As IATEFL YLTSIG members and followers would be interested to learn about or to know more about your experience in this situation that is remote emergency teaching. Any tips or advice that you could give from your end at this point?
Well, it's been quite a road because this is something absolutely new for us. We've always been teaching at school with our students in the classroom. So we had, it was a Friday, and on Monday they told us we are going remote. So we started looking for tools, and it took us some time to get organized and to find a proper way that would work for teachers, for families, and for students. The idea was that we had to change completely what we were doing, but also remain something that was something that students knew, that they were familiar. So we started like simplifying a little bit, looking for authentic material, creating our own material, making videos, trying to connect with children and with the families to feel that we were close, even though we were going through this lockdown. And so we adapted, and we realized that we had to scaffold activities even more than we were doing in the classroom, and that all the activities we were sending to students had to be meaningful, with a purpose, and feasible, because even though we're having once a week meetings online, we are blending synchronous and asynchronous learning. So we send some activities, we make videos, we make tutorials, we explain things, and then we have a meeting and we work together. The content and the activities had to be something that they could make, that they could solve by themselves or with little help. And we have to take into account also the situation that families were going through. For example, maybe there's only one computer in a house and parents are working from home, so they need it. Maybe they have a brother or a sister, so they need it too. So we have to organize a schedule of activities to bear in mind and to be flexible with deadlines. And we have to lower a little bit our anxieties, and we had to help families because they were also anxious. So we kind of work on lowering our affective filters as teachers too, and to help families and to be in contact. We even made some videos showing pictures for all the families with a message that we are all in this together. And And we have to also organize the work in the way that we started getting emails all the time with questions, or we started to be a lot of time in front of a computer. So I help teachers to focus on their well-being, and also on the children's well-being. Like how long are they spending in front of a computer?
Exactly. So in fact, you are now mentioning, you're now going into the role that you have as coordinator, as taking care of being in charge of these teachers. And you mentioned teacher well-being, which is also very important, something that we do not really always consider. How have you helped your teachers transition to remote teaching? And so what have you been doing to help them with their anxieties and perhaps any challenges that they had?
Well, I'm here all the time for them. So we have some meetings through our computers, and maybe it's just to ask them, how are you? How are you feeling? How are you dealing with this? Because they're also at home with their own families. So what do you need? How can I help you? Or maybe leave this, I'm going to do it. So maybe I'm helping them in this. Maybe I do some tasks. I took some of their work sometimes, or I help them to tell them that, wait, stop, relax. Do you think this is okay? Don't worry. To maybe to slow down. Yes, the pressure. I communicate also with the head of the school and with families. And what I also do is to maybe to lower the expectations. Like, I don't think that's possible. Let's look for another way. I send them material, web pages, games online, something that I find very interesting that maybe will help them. So I also I'm sending them links. And something that we are doing is to try to stick to our timetable. So maybe they can get organized at home with work. And because some teachers work in more than one level or in more than one school. And each school works in a different way or with different tools, different platforms.
Okay, so that might be a challenge, yeah.
Yes. So it took us 2 weeks to find some common ground and to see, okay, we're stepping here. This is like, this is okay. We're doing fine. At the beginning, it was just emails, and then we started with platforms and different.
What platforms do you use that are good for, to safeguard children's privacy, especially the primary level? Which would you recommend?
Well, we work with one platform that the school provide us. So it's called Figure Schools, and there we upload the material, videos. They can send back their activities. We can correct them. And we are asking them to maybe to create a video or a presentation, and they can send it through the platform, and it's there in the platform.
Okay, so this video before you mentioned that you yourselves as teachers, you create videos. So you film videos. What type of things do you do in the videos, as an example?
We do some storytelling, story reading. We also act a little bit and play. So maybe some of the videos were like, I remember I put some of my clothing on my bed, and I started like, where's my red sock? I cannot see it. Can you find it? So we act, and we wait for the student to answer. We say, yes, very good. So we act a little bit, or we explain some topics, some content. You will see at my back that I have like my board. So maybe we do some videos also explaining the activities, what we are going to do, what's next, what is expected, with some examples.
And when you ask them to do the videos for presentations, is this the older kids or even the primary ones?
No, even the primary ones.
Okay,
we have some permissions from parents, and parents send them. We do something that it's maybe the same activity has more than one choice, so they can choose. So they can write, they can record, they can make a video, they can make a yes. So
depending on how the child feels, right?
Sorry?
It depends on how the child feels. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because well, we don't want them to feel bad about their performance. We also want them to have fun a little bit, to do something that maybe they are not doing with the rest of the subjects, and to connect, to build rapport. We had only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we saw them luckily 3 times before all this, because classes had just started. So we do videos with our family, with our pets. Then we invite them to send a picture of their pets, or to describe the pet, or show their favorite toy. So we get to know each other, and some students send a video or dance, or they just do a show and tell activity. Others write. So we are considering lots of options to cater for all students, their levels, their learning processes, and well, we have like these different approaches.
And the platform that you use ensures safeguarding and being, safe. So even if they're uploading materials, they know that it's only accessed by a certain group of people. So it's basically, protecting their privacy and their rights and all that.
Yes, if there, only the teachers can see it. I can see it because I can see all the teachers, and that's it. They cannot even see it between themselves. It's not that a student can see what another uploaded.
Okay.
So that's and then we're also working with Google Classroom. We're also working, depending on the type of activity, with live worksheets. If we want to do something that we want to see the results, and they can complete a form, a survey. So we were looking, and we've been looking for different apps and pages, also to provide different things.
Yeah, variety.
Yes.
Variety, like you would have in a normal classroom, in a way, to give a sense of normality almost. Like you mentioned show and tell, for example, something that you would have done anyway in class. Before you mentioned affective filters, lowering affective filters, both teachers, parents, everyone, basically. What has been the response from children and parents? Anything that you've, this is worth noting, anything that's struck you as, a pleasant kind of response?
Well, we had some very, very nice emails with families thanking. They're very thankful about the videos, for example, that we are trying to keep in touch and to be there, telling a story that they can see as many times as they want, or acting or being playful, a little bit goofy sometimes. And they've also been telling us when they have some difficulties, like, I can't help him or her with this, I don't know English. So when they are very straightforward when they need our help.
When you compare this, to when face-to-face teaching was taking place, is there a difference? Did you see a difference in the type of response? Do you think that they're more kind of communicative now, even though we are not really communicating face-to-face?
Do you mean children or the families?
Both in a way, but especially the families, because you said that the families are reaching out with, you know, shows and signs of gratefulness, of gratitude, and of, you know, thanking you, and even reaching out in times of difficulty. Sort of when you compare to a year ago or before this started, the parents reach out in that manner, that, you know, they express themselves so openly, so quickly.
No, I think they know now what happens inside a classroom, because maybe before everything happened in the classroom, we explained, we teach, we played, we built rapport, we had fun, they learned, they participated, and that's it. And when they go home, parents ask, how was your day? Good. And that's it. So they don't know what happens in the classroom. Maybe they see the result of an exam, or they used to write with a doubt from a homework activity, and that was it. So I think now they are getting a little bit of what's going on in the classroom, how we teach, how we communicate, how we build bonds with children. And we are also learning some of their struggles at home and through this difficult time we're all going through.
So different levels of humanity in a way, from unexpected surprise, you know, not surprises, but things that you might not have considered before, that they might not have considered earlier. And so everyone is going through this new learning curve together. Thank you very much, Silvana. That was very fascinating, and it was very much enjoyable to chat with you as well today. And thank you for all the viewers out there who have watched us, and stay tuned for more.